Hello and welcome back to the FARG Motorpool. In this video, we will be looking exclusively at an engine. Yes, the Deutz F8L413. Many of you may recognize this engine. It's an air-cooled diesel. And the reason we dedicated this video to it is because it came in a non-working tank that we imported, and we had to take this engine out, service it, get it working, and this is the video of our first start up. Okay, so it was put into a French AMX-13 light tank. This wasn't usual. It was sort of an experiment, I guess. We've not seen another one, certainly in Europe. And here we've got the Deutz F8L sandwiched in to the engine bay. You can see there's not much room at all. We needed to take the engine out as it was non-working. So there we go. We're pulling it out, and it was absolutely covered in detritus. I think there was even animals living in there. They've been left outside for a very long time. So here's the engine emerging out the belly of the tank. We're pulling it out at 45 degrees. And there we have it on the floor with our JCB carrier to help us out. I'm looking really pleased about the fact we've got it out. The engine's bigger than I am, so it's got to be fun, hasn't it? And there we are. There's the engine side view. You can see some of the ducting that had been produced to take the air in. Also, you notice the deletion of the oil coolers, something we addressed later on in the build. It had two turbos, one on either side, so I guess we could call that a twin turbo maybe. Comments below if I'm getting that wrong. And this was the main culprit, which was the starter motor. So we were able to just off of the internet buy a new one and put it straight on the side of the engine. Also, we cleaned out and changed the oil and all the filters. So we'll dive just straight into the video now of the first startup. Ignition, starting. Okay, we were really pleased about that first startup. We ran it for quite a while. Here's another small video of it running. You can see the diesel both being pulled in out fresh jerry cans and being pumped back out there through the overflow that we're capturing. We let it run for quite a while, but we are noticing that there are some rattles and bangs, especially coming out from that front Rockford, I believe it is, transmission system there. It seems that the clutch is having some issues, so you can probably just about hear that in the background. All the clanking noise there. But it's burning diesel really well, everything seems to be good. A beautiful engine. Here's a view from someone else that was around at the time. They're using their mobile phone there to show you. Okay, so that was our mechanic Will there. He does love to hear those turbos cutting in. Here is the clutch we needed to take off. You probably heard in the video some clanking. We split that off and found there was an issue with some of the return springs, so they had to be replaced. And then it was a case of once the engine had really bedded in, we needed to put it back in. You can see there we're using the JCB. It was a very heavy unit, and there really wasn't much room. You can see as we lower it in that there wasn't, as you would say in the UK, you couldn't put a cigarette paper between the engine and its engine bay. But we did get the unit back in as it was designed for that. And here we are, it's back in the vehicle. We had to do some works then to reroute the oil coolers onto the top of the engine. We copied what many people have used, the Deutz V8, which is in mining. And that application, they did put the oil filters, the oil coolers on the top, which is exactly what we did here. So we were able to source some and fit them. And there you can see the back of the engine there on the left-hand side fitting into the vehicle, and it is ready to go. So a lovely bit of kit. Let's see what it sounds like when it's in and running and propelling the AMX13. There we are, off into the distance, off into the sunset. I'm there as a very happy chappy with that Deutz engine. Thanks for joining us. We do make quite a number of other videos, including we'll be making one soon on the Detroit diesel, which powers one of our other tanks. So hope to see you again. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you and goodbye.